Hello and welcome back to Let's Play.tektopiatowns.com. I'm Ardeaster, and today, actually this is episode 8, and today we're going to end up working on the housing level for our tower. As you can see, I went ahead and got a couple things started on it. I got the basic wall of our tower built up another level and got some partitions in, and I'm using the carpets to measure out the appropriate spacing, so we make sure that these are all big enough for our people. These are all going to be, at least on the outside here, are going to be 6-person homes. Let me see, let's grab a door, and we'll have doors that will lead into this one here, and then we'll have doors that will lead into this one. And then here, just because I want to kind of somewhat keep it symmetrical, I suppose. So that should help visualize it a little bit better. As you can see, it gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people with 12 spaces each in each home. And this one has room for 3, but since there is no home 3, this will be a 2. So this one will just have a little extra room to it. I mean, I could set this wall back one, but I don't know. I kind of like it just flat, I think. We'll see. Need to put some doors in there. There we go. So now we got all our doors in. And these back here will register just fine. You can have rooms within rooms, so that's why you can have a kitchen inside of a tavern. None of these are going to be like 2-story or anything. They're all going to be on this one level, which is why towers work. And let's see. I think the next thing I'm going to do is probably rip up all the carpets and start working on furnishing it and filling this level out a little bit more. So let me get on to that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, here we are, back at our housing level. Everything has been fleshed out here. You see I've put item frames down even just to show where stuff's going to go. This is going to be a 6-person house. It is pretty Spartan. I don't really do interiors, and these didn't really have a lot of room to waste on pretty blocks. So my villagers will have a place to sit and a place to sleep in here, and that'll be pretty much it. Here's our 2, and they're going to have to deal with a lot of traffic because everybody in this room's got to come through it, but they won't mind. They're all buddies. So let's go ahead and check the light levels. You see everywhere should be green on the inside. The only place you might see a red is out here on the concrete ledge where we have glass pane running through it, so still not spawnable, so not an issue. And yeah, not much to it other than that. We'll go ahead and run upstairs real quick. As you can see, it's all ready for the next level, which yes, up here we've got nothing done, so obviously there's a lot of red up here. This is the center point of the town, or tower, I guess. Both actually. So it'll run its way all the way up. I'll say once I think I get everything completely built, I'll probably just switch that out. Or maybe not, I don't know. It's not hurting anything. While we're over here, let me go ahead and show you a couple of the farms that we're going to be putting in today. Where'd they go? They're over here, I believe. No? Nope, the other way. Anyway, here we go. So we got a pumpkin and melon farm. It's going to be just passive automatic. It's got a hopper timer. or timers in it. It's got a whole bunch of hoppers in it. Let's see, we'll run around the back and peek in real quick. Yeah, of course. There we go. So just got a bunch of hopper clocks going on here. I don't want to break that one because there's a water flow coming in here. But essentially what happens is about every 30 seconds, this will go off, fire a signal up the torch tower, and then I've got a slight delay on the second level, but it'll fire the first level first, as you see, and then the second level. So let's get up a little bit right here. So all of these pistons down here will fire first. They'll come out and they'll retract, and then these should come out and then retract. So they're not all moving at the same time. So should help a little bit with lag for the server. As you can see, everything will then be pushed forward into the water stream here that just flows to here and will then flow underneath. And right now I just have it coming into here. So it does a decent amount. This will end up, we'll just have this running straight into our bulk storage, and then we won't even have to worry about this. We'll just let it do its thing and just let it go. Let's let it go. And then we've got a automatic chicken farm, cooker farm, whatever. I don't have any entities in here because they're not allowed in the plot world. So essentially what we'll just have to do is when it's being built, well, yeah, I forgot there's an observer up there. While we're building it, that observer won't be there, and we'll just throw a whole bunch of eggs in here to get us some chickens, and then we'll put the observer back on and fill in the rest of it around. So as the chickens in here lay eggs, they get picked up by this hopper, they get tossed down into this bottom dispenser, which will shoot it out into the half slab. Occasionally we'll get a chicken, and the baby chicken will stay on top of the slab but under the lava that will come out of this dispenser. And when they grow up to be adults, they'll get hit by that, and then when they drop down, there's a hopper minecart down here that will pick up the drops and put it in here. So nice and simple, nothing new or fancy about that, but this is one of the things we're going to build. So when I originally put this thing down, it was kind of just like in the middle of nowhere, but we're gonna move this bad boy now. Oh, hey, look, there's still a diamond block in here. All right. Yeah. So on the server, we have you have the ability to vote for the server, and you get rewards based on random rolls and whatnot. And recently, I've done pretty well. It takes a couple of days or so usually to record one of these episodes. Some days it takes, or sometimes it takes longer depending on how much time I actually have to work per day. Anyway, right after I finished making all of those hoppers and had to take all of this the iron blocks out of this beacon, I ended up hitting a milestone in my voting and ended up getting 25 iron blocks, which would have been awesome. But today I ended up getting an extra beacon, so we now have 3 beacons and more than enough iron blocks to add that third one onto these. So not sure if I'm gonna just wait until I get another beacon, and then we'll have 4, and maybe have to scrounge up some more blocks to put in there, to put one at each corner of our wall, or if I should just throw the 3 of these outside the front, or the back actually, and see what we can do. Let's go ahead and get these broken, and then I can clear the glass all the way up through my tower here and finish working on this. Okay, be back in a little bit. So here we are back in town. I went ahead and moved the beacon to the back and added a third one in, so now we have speed 2 as well. So that's super nice. And in these chests should be everything we need to make the housing level. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the schematica up on here and start building it. All right, so that's us putting the housing level together. Um, I'm standing in it right now, and next thing we're going to do is put together the pumpkin and melon farm, and then the chicken farm, and then I'll be right back after that to discuss a little bit of our plans and kind of review a little bit. All right, be back in a little bit. All right, here we are. As you might notice, I did make some changes to the storage room. Um, there's a whole lot more light in here. I went ahead and put some light in the flooring as well under the chest, so I don't have to have Just a ton of stuff hanging around or hanging down from the ceiling. Go ahead and check our light levels. Nice and green everywhere. So that's a nice improvement. We got the beacon out of here, so this room is ready to go. The only thing we'll need to do is buy us a merge install token, put an item frame up here, and hang the token. But that's once obviously we get everything moving. There's our pumpkin and melon farm, and there you go. Just went off right on cue. Good times. This was going to be where I was going to put the chicken farm, and I decided against that just because I didn't really sit well with the way it was set up, with just being a little rectangle. So instead I decided to move it over here, buy all this stuff. So we've got a couple of guys in there. Let's see. I did move my potion brewing over here, and I made a little netherwort farm in here, I suppose. I do have a fence gate here right now, but I'll probably take that off and replace it with a trapdoor, because villagers can use fence gates, but they don't know how to get around a trapdoor. So maybe I'll do that. That way I'm the only one that can get in here. And I might go ahead and change this fence from spruce to oak, so at least it'll match the trapdoor for now. But that's all in and is already starting to grow, so that's good. Let's see, what else do we get? We've got our cactus farm back there, our cocoa bean farm, which I could probably go and harvest soon. Got our flower farm in. We got a tree farm set up. We've got some animals here just waiting for us to go ahead and get a rancher at some point. Let's see. We have a beacon for us. We have tons of room in the storage. We have a farm area that's completely filled up. One thing I do need to still do is to block this entrance off so that villagers don't end up going down into my storage. But that's not that big of a deal right now. We've got our town hall area set up. So that's good. All I got to do is put our town hall token in and we can get things started. So that most likely will be our next episode. So starting episode 9, we're going to go ahead and get our first couple villagers. We're going to get our town actually started. We're going to start putting some people in our rooms here. We do have that free Home 2 token that comes with the spawn chest when you first put down your Town Hall token. If you remember, we got that in, episode 1, I think. And it's still sitting, actually, I think it's in the Town Hall. I think I moved that chest and all that stuff into the Town Hall. So all we'll have to do is grab that and a storage marker, and real quick, we'll be able to have our Town Hall, a Home 2, and a storage room up and working. Then we'll just have to wait until we get a couple of nomads, which shouldn't take too long, and we can get this party started. Like I've said, I think a couple times already in this series, you don't necessarily have to do all this work before you get your first people. The bare minimum you really, really need to do is to put up a wall and at least light up everything on the inside of the wall. Otherwise, if you've got constant zombies coming in and chasing and killing your people, you're just wasting your time and you're just wasting your emeralds. So getting the wall, getting it lit up. One thing we're probably going to go ahead and do on the next episode also is probably even actually before we get all our tokens put in our item frames, is we're going to have to extend this all the way out to our flat ground. Right now I think we might have one corner that's on solid ground for nomads and the merchant to spawn. And right now I don't even think they can even get in over here. I think I've got it too high to keep some of the mobs out that were over there. So we definitely still have a little bit of work to do before we get this one ready to go. I'll probably work on that in between episodes. So we'll have nice flat ground. At some point in the future, we'll try to make the edges of that look better. I mean, right now it's just going to be a square, 240 by 240. I will use 2 layers again. Won't really be necessary going out that far because I won't have any farmers working out there. There shouldn't be any non-full blocks, but just to be on the safe side, it's not that big a deal just to put down 2 layers, especially with Schematica, because we'll use the same type of thing we did when making this initial square, in that I'll go ahead and put a couple of like a whole section down and go all the way out and come down and come back, and then we'll get it all dirtified on the bottom, all grassified on the top, and then we'll put down our torches so it's all lit up all the way out, and then we'll copy that and just move it and keep copying it and moving it until we get all the way around. That'll be the easiest way to do it. Let's see. I think that's about it. Our pumpkin and melon farm, like I said, is going. Cactus farm's going, so we should have plenty of green dye coming in, so when we need to do our next housing layer, we'll have plenty of that. Should have some to sell pretty soon. We're going to have the whole area here full of netherwort. Look, that's already grown up again quite a bit. So we'll get lots of potions for ourselves. We're going to have cooked chicken we can stick in our chests in here in storage for our villagers to use while they're trying to build up some villager food. Whew. Might also go ahead and breed these guys up a little bit just to get a few more, and maybe, maybe kill them and supplement some more of the food situation, because you definitely want to supply your own in the beginning. Oh, I need to cover this hole up. That's our drop. Yeah. That's our line from this farm as it goes down and then runs under everything, because all this under here is water. You might have noticed when I was building this on the time lapse that it's kind of slow going. Getting the underground part here, with only those 2 layers, I had to splash around in the water and let Schematica build me a nice little platform and some walls underneath there to keep the water out, so my redstone was safe. So that was a little bit of a pain, but it's working. So yeah, it all comes down and just uses waterways to push everything through. It goes down far enough and meets up with this one, which I've added in a trapdoor here. So as we get dyes and flowers, or flowers really, before we convert them into dyes, we can just come over and drop them all down here, and they'll all go into the bulk storage room. So, because that is on this side, the entrance for that first hop that we were talking about before, it's like down below under here, so it makes it nice and easy. I think that's about it. We're just about ready to get this town moving. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week when we start getting us some peoples. Bye.